This is Max Rothman with BevNet. We're at the Reed's booth at Expo East with CEO and founder Chris Reed. Chris, how's it going today?
Oh, it's going great. It's always exciting to be at the show.
Thanks for joining me. So the big news with Reed's these days is that you're tripling your capacity at your facility out there in LA. So why don't you talk me through that? What was the thinking behind that decision?
Well, we've been growing very fast, and we pretty much maxed out the plant at the current speed it's going. We also have a lot of fixed overheads. LA is kind of an expensive place to be. So we found that the best economics were if we tripled the speed of the line, we'd use a lot less labor to get the products out, and we'd be able to run a lot more product to absorb that kind of fixed overhead that comes with having a large facility right in LA. So, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things going on. Our brands are growing very rapidly. We do private label, not our own products, but we make other products for other clients, and that's growing very well. And then our kombucha is the fastest growing thing, so we needed more capacity to be able to bottle that up faster. So
speaking of that kombucha, tell me about how it's doing so well, why it's doing so well. It seems to really be gaining traction and kind of forming that spot behind GTs, but really finding its place in the category. So tell me about the kombucha.
Yeah, I mean we get the Nielsen data, the SPINS data, and we're the first guy to crack the top 20 since GT started. We were number 2 in our first year. It's our second year. It sounds like you're big, but there's a lot of little players, and no one else had really established a number 2. And that's been great. I think it's stuck. The main thing you worry about when you launch a new product did it stick? I believe we can say that pretty clearly right now. Also, the data showed that in our first year we were probably the fastest growing brand in years in natural foods. I mean, we were up like unbelievable growth year over year, and the penetration was almost 50% for the whole natural food industry. So it was well done launch.
So from what I understand, a sneakily successful part of your business is the private label side. So why don't you break that down for me?
Well, when the economy was tough, we started going out to our customers instead of saying, oh, please let our brand in. We started saying things like, hey, what do you need done? There were a lot of companies going out of business who couldn't produce items. So we picked up the slack for some of that. And we developed a lot of relationships with some of the largest retailers in the country. And most of our new private label business is coming from those existing relationships wanting to produce different new items. So it's created a lot of benefits within the company. Our own ability to develop new products is almost proof of that. How well we have and how cutting edge we've gotten with our development is look at our kombucha line. That came after probably 80 or 90 new products for private label that we developed for other people. So when the economy got better, we said, okay, what could we be doing for ourselves? And we kind of looked at kombucha as a low-hanging fruit.
So even with kombucha just moving so quickly and being such a successful part of your business, you still can't forget about those ginger brews. Those are they're still at it. So tell me about the ginger brew and just how it's doing these days.
I mean, the ginger brew is on fire. I tried to figure out the second quarter we were up 43% in our extra ginger brew. And I can't even point at any advertising or marketing that did it. That's kind of just, word of mouth. But I think it's partly the craze on the Moscow Mule right now. There's a lot of people mixing with it. But I think we went non-GMO at the beginning of the year. It's really hard for us to tell just what kicked it into gear to that degree. We grew, before that we were like 15 to 20% organic growth every year. All of a sudden we're at 40s, and going, ooh. And then we kicked in a national TV advertising thing in the third quarter, and it was already on a very fast clip. So it's kind of accelerated a little bit from there. So it's still in gross terms we're doing more new business with ginger brew and Virgil's than we are with kombucha, but kombucha's catching up.